Hi, everyone. For my EXL project, I decided to analyze public relations. And I interviewed Christina Birch. She's a senior publicist at JDA Worldwide, and she's been with the company for 4 years. And Ms. Birch described her job as working with her clients to get them media opportunities and media placements. And she also builds and fosters relations with those who are already working in the media. So one of the big things that I learned in my interview was that she does use conflict management skills. Typically, she's using collaboration, but sometimes when she has a particularly stubborn or persistent client that has specific ideas that they really want, she'll compromise with them and use more of their ideas than she generally would so that they can still achieve their common goal. She usually uses collaboration so that both of the parties are getting their needs met, because her clients are typically looking to her and her team to generate the ideas. So she'll implement some of their ideas, but ultimately she'll take creative control. Ms. Birch also highlighted the importance of understanding the client's wants and needs prior to creating the pitch so that there's no confusion on what they are looking for, and establish what the expectations are when you're working with them so they have expectations of the behavior and their goals, and also explaining any changes made to the pitch or campaign so that the client is not left in the dark. Another big thing in public relations is the words that you use. So words create perceptions and influence thoughts. So when placing a positive or negative spin on a story, language shapes the overall feeling. And it's super important to know what the intended message of the pitch is supposed to be and what the intended emotional reactions are for the people that are reading or seeing the pitch or campaign. So this determines what kind of language to use. And Miss Birch describes that when she is dealing with a crisis type or a very sensitive situation, she prefers to use casual language so she's not adding fuel to the fire and heightening already increased emotions. And when placing a negative or positive spin on a story, language shapes that feeling. So when Miss Birch was working on a story concerning the Maui fires, instead of focusing on the devastation and the loss that the people of Maui suffered from, she instead focused on all of the positive things that her client was doing to aid in relief to the people of Maui. So she's making the story more positive. The last thing that I learned was that she does use the ladder of abstraction quite frequently in her job. And that's just how specific or abstract you are when you're conveying a message. So she explained that it depends on the pitch specifically and what the client is looking for. But she explained that when she's dealing with negative stories or crisis control, she prefers to use abstract language, and this ensures that her client doesn't get pigeonholed. And it also makes it easier to place a positive spin on the story in the future rather than just being super specific and detailed. But for pointed statements and press releases, she prefers to be very direct and use very detailed language so that all information is clear. There's no room for speculation. Everyone knows exactly what's going on, and there's not everything's out on the table. And that's everything that I learned in my interview with Miss Birch concerning public relations.